around too. So
Yeah, I got home on time, and it's
Run.
pretty much.
Why not, right?
That's why lighting's weird in here. That's better.
Is that enough time?
Sure.
We
Feels
should
like
measure
enough.
this. We should measure how long the Twitch needs before it gets going. Yeah.
I should actually tell Tyrell to, hey, text me when you receive the notification.
He's one of your frequent Twitch watchers.
Yeah, he's pretty much on there every time, and he's the one that made the mention that that notification comes in later. But we got one.
Oh yeah, I suppose
on Twitch,
they got to watch. So. They got to watch the whole thing live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 639, recording on January 28th, 2026. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
Another host, Kyle.
I'm another host, Dustin.
And I am now with Shot Shell Flu, Cowtown Tony.
Did you get it like right at the end there?
Hard to say. I think it got way worse after it came back. Well, way worse. It's not as life-changing as some YouTuber may say it. It's just I'm really congested, at least for today. Actually, the dry cough kind of stopped after I started getting congested, so that's
I thought I was going to get sick just even sitting at the same table as you.
Yeah, I know. I was really concerned about that.
Nope, I'm fine. Yeah, we're back from SHOT Show. Yeah, all four of us went. Dustin, Dave and Kelly weren't able to make it this year, but
they don't like us.
Maybe next year. Yeah. We've got a really long show for you guys. We're going to be talking about SHOT Show. We're going to be talking about the gun confiscation. I'm going to go first with what we did in guns because I'm going to make it real quick. Okay, yeah, did a pal, did Vegas, did another pal. Who cares? I got what's in this case. I got the case too, separately.
What's in the case?
What's in the case? A Garmin Zero.
Ooh,
that's old news.
One. Oh.
Does it come with the case or no?
No, it doesn't. But this was on Amazon for like $10, so you want it.
Nice and protected.
Yeah, I like this one because you can just leave the tripod on and it's basic. Put a cord or whatever on the other side. It's a little bit bigger than it needs to be. I'm pretty sure they made it for something else, but whatever.
That's pretty good.
Would that fit in the like Stay Maxed case that we got, or did you get one of those from SHOT Show?
I didn't get one of those. Ooh, okay. Well, you can show it when you're doing your what you did in guns.
Sure.
And then the other thing I got was these Briley Shot Shell Caddies. They're very nice. Yeah. Oh, watch this. Oh, it just comes right off. Yeah, at the top, held in by magnets.
Like
and
that.
At the bottom, it's got like a little spot for the shotgun shell to sit in there, and it uses some spring pressure to kind of push it all together. So it's got a really great release, and hopefully that reduces the amount of time I go for my quad load and end up with a handful of shit. And that's all I did in guns this week. Tony, how about you?
Well, I'm being sick still. That's great. So I probably could have went for a range day, but I didn't. You can see there is a Vortex optics on top of that 1911 on YouTube today, so no touchy. But the adapter plate does fit. It was an O-side plate, RMR footprint, so RMR slide cut to RMSC dots, and it does fit the Vortex Defender CCW 6 MOA very well. So that's good, and probably be doing some work with it this year. I still haven't heard back from ISIC on how they want to requalify me. It shouldn't be that hard because I'm guessing they want to decide if they actually have to requalify me or not. I'm guessing that's a process. You can see more of what we've done in Vegas or at Staccato Range Day on our YouTube channel. Shot a few battle arm development BAD 3-pin ARs. That's very nice. Suppressed guns. That's very, very hot. We did get to see, as we were driving in, I was saying, I want to shoot, but I know that was a very tall order, a full auto 50 cal suppressed. We did get to see one, and we did get to see one fire. We got to see an M2 suppressed, optics mounted, full auto. chain fed, belt fed, of course. It was quite a combination, let's put it that way. And I think it was the only 50 gun on the line. It was suppressed. So, like, there wasn't a lot of blast. So it was kind of an interesting situation there. Get to shoot some other guns. The Gen 12 shotgun, also full auto capable. It was very, very soft. And got to shoot a Staccato P. That's not bad. And we had a short review for I hope I get this right, the Staccato HD4 C4X was the comp on it. It was quite meh, in my opinion. And it was only when we were doing the editing, we found it was $3,600. So it was very expensive. But I don't know. That's like almost Alice pistol money. That's a lot of money for,
Was it
especially for.
I thought it was more. No,
I think 3,600 was like the base price.
3,600 US, I think, MSRP.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was the base model.
Right.
And you can like up. I
No,
think
no
we
dot.
shot the top.
I was going to
Top
say the
Gun
one we were
too.
playing with was like $5,000 or $6,000.
Something like that, because it had the barrel, the slide cuts that's hollow and stuff. So it was like the top grade gun, and for some reason there were two gun on the line, and one of them wasn't zeroed properly. So it was all kind of weird. But great thanks to Staccato for letting us play with a lot of guns. So that's pretty cool. It was in the middle of nowhere. It was where I think they bought out the range. Is that what the deal was from Purifier? So cool facility, huge place, like a gigantic compound dedicated to shooting guns, I guess. So that's very cool. What about Dustin?
Well, there we go. What I did in guns, work has been crazy literally since I got back. Got the lair all set up mostly. Moved a bunch of safes in there today, like 4 more safes, a bunch of other big metal gun boxes and everything else under the sun. So I'm tired. Yeah, I obviously also came back from SHOT Show. You guys have already given the rundown. That was fun to be like 45 minutes from getting off a plane to having full auto suppressed machine guns of every flavor just available to us. That was good. My office is even more of a mess than usual. I've got slat wall and other bits, working on a new background. So this
The walls look very lightweight. That's very nice.
They are, yeah. So this will be the last time everybody has to tolerate my messy office, and then you'll never know where I'm coming from, because there's some intentions, there's some use.
There'll be not enough anime. That'll be horrible.
Nah, it'll be sad, but it'll be okay. We'll put up instead. It'll be good. And yeah, that's for also other stuff just beyond just the podcast. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm my brain's cooked, boys. It's been a long day and a long week. Kyle, what did you get up to in guns?
Well, SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Came away from SHOT Show with some stuff. So while we were there, I ended up picking up the big gun case for hauling some of the loaner guns. I got a very great SHOT Show floor deal on that because they didn't want to haul it back, and it's too big to bring in here to show. But
oh my god, who's the dealer?
it was it's like an Italian dealer. It's Max. But,
I did not know that was a possibility. Okay.
I figured out a couple things this year that I didn't realize the last two. So there was that. He $500 for a $1,200 case.
So
that
cool.
was sweet. And then on the last day, I actually scored some pretty good swag. So
Yeah,
I'll probably
you did.
I'll talk about it right now instead of in the main topic. So Save Your Equipment. They had their big release this year was a new sling bag. So they have a 3-liter and a 5-liter. And I had actually gone back to Savior to get a little touch up on video that Dustin and I had done, a little bit more detail on the release of the handle and everything. And they told me to come back later on to see if I could get one. So I did, and I got one.
I'm so jealous. I actually wanted that bag.
And they only had the gray ones though. They didn't have the bright colors, Dustin. So
That's fair. I
so
still would have
don't feel so bad. And then also on Friday, I had gone back to Tyrant CNC because I had actually ran him outside. Corey Martin, great guy, and did a little video with him. And then he gave me, and we're on YouTube, so I'm not touching the gun, but he gave me one of their grips
Not touching a gun.
and mag extension for the 365. So once I can touch, I will show that in a little bit more detail, and I will do a video on that and the sling bag.
Cool.
But
What's
one
the
thing
first review? Like, does it feel a little bit different?
It feels aggressive, but not as like I don't know how I put it, like aggressive like it would catch your shirt. Like with this factory grip,
Really?
it's so fine that it's almost like sandpaper where it catches your shirt. And so I think it will be so I won't have to wear an undershirt with it. Because with the factory grip, I'd have to wear an undershirt because it would just rub my stomach raw.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, that was a few cool things on the Friday. So I learned that on Friday, if you go around and ask real nice to people, which I almost had a belt from Core Essentials. They have a new competition belt setup coming out, and I almost had that in my hands, and from the sounds of it, might actually be coming my way. So
You just go around and say, hey, I know I've just been taking stickers from you like this whole time, but do you got anything else?
yeah.
I'll do a video about it.
Well, that was part of it, was doing a video and then just, hey, basically ask them, hey, how can I get my hands on this today? Like that media badge, it helps. Savior was also giving away gift cards on Friday and $200 off an order. So I have now ordered a new 2-gun case and to replace my 3-gun case, and then another just normal like 42-inch gun case and it cost me $25. So
Wow, no minimums too.
yeah, no minimum.
Dude.
So Friday is apparently where all the deals and good stuff happens at SHOT Show. I didn't realize that before. But yeah, I tried to get more stuff, but I tried getting more stuff out of them, but they wouldn't. So
yeah,
but
Can't be too greedy about it.
yeah, I did not get the SHOT Show flu or any kind of sickness or even soreness this year. Like I wasn't laid up at all this year, which last year I wasn't either. So that's 2 years in a row. So that's good. But yeah,
I think those other people that get sick are just weak.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Agreed.
There's a demonstration of good physical fitness versus bad physical fitness.
I don't know if you could accuse me of having better physical fitness than you, Tony, but
Well, you do run BOA faster, so I think that's proof is in the pudding.
I wish all of the listeners could have been in our room, Tony, when you showed up with that giant bag of halls. Tony showed up with a full size like potato chip bag size like.
It's not that bad. It was 90
It was
of
that
them.
big. Oh yeah, right. It was enormous. It looked like you had gone like we were on the strip, and it looked like he went to Costco and came back, and he was just eating them like candy for the whole. It was like, oh, he got sick. I'm gonna have to stay away from Tony.
It was called Walgreens, and it was freedom sized. Okay, everything's freedom sized in America.
Yeah.
And I learned that you can actually overdose on menthol, so probably don't have that. Apparently, it's limited to 1 per 2 hours. So yeah, reduce it.
I did come back to a deep freeze though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
We're driving back, and like it was the talk at the end of the show. There was people leaving early because there's this big winter storm that rolled through the southern and eastern states. And so when I left Friday, I was like, okay, I'm going to try and get ahead of this, and ran into the snow in Albuquerque, and it was snow-covered highway the rest of the way back home. And another day or two later, and it was, I sent you guys a picture. I woke up, go to work, and it was minus 19 Celsius.
and it was colder than Calgary, which is I don't know how many miles north. So
yeah, so we're just coming out of it. It's still dipping below freezing at night, but it's starting to warm up now finally. But So
I was thinking about you guys while I was walking around on the weekend. It was, it was nice out. It was a little chilly when I got off the plane. I was a little disappointed that it wasn't warmer, but then I remembered the rest of North America was in an Arctic zone.
Gauge's school's been shut down the last 3 days. Like everything just shut down.
Take a snow day times 3.
Do you know how many snow days my kids have had? 0.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and I'm sitting there like back in Canada, they would be in school.
There's no such thing as a snow day out here. There's no such thing as too cold.
Yeah.
Schools will be open.
Yeah.
Well,
Cool. Well, that's it for me.
That's all you got? All right, let's move on to upcoming events. It's cold outside, so there's not really much going on. There's going to be the Peace River Winter Stupidity match this weekend, January 31st. I've got a couple of PAL courses coming on February 7th and 8th. That's at hggfirearmstraining.ca. Tony, you got a BTSA action shooting something or other there?
Yep. So there'll be an action shooting league. So IPSC style happening February 1st. I believe that will be this weekend. So go sign up there. Pay at Patreon, not Patreon. Practice Score.
You got to donate to them on Patreon to sign up. Let's get into the news.
let's get into the news.
There's a couple of news items here. Do you guys want to
let's tag team them.
Let's do it all. It's raining guns. CCFR is running a contest. They're going to be giving away 100 guns to raise some money to, fight for your rights and that kind of thing. All you got to do is donate $20 and you'll receive one free entry. And they're going to announce all the prizes on May 4th. Oh, May the 4th be with you. It's going to be the Star Wars Day.
Nice.
Excellent. You're underselling this. Adriel, this is the biggest gun contest in Canadian history.
There hasn't been anything even close to it.
No.
What's the most guns you've heard of ever before being given away?
It's been those other CCFR packs, like
maybe some of the gun matches or like Ducks Unlimited or something like that. Maybe they'd give away like 2 or 3 or 5.
No. It was the Slamfire Radio giveaway sponsored by SBI, giving away a Lynx 180 chassis, and I didn't win it, so I'm very sad about it.
Okay. That was one of them, but 100?
That's
not 100. It was one of them.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of guns.
Yeah. It is.
Have you guys donated your $20?
Oh yes.
I haven't done it yet.
I can
But,
always use it again.
Or write a handwritten 1,000-word essay. I think. Oh boy, I wouldn't want to be trying to judge those to see if they're AI or not in this day and age.
That's
well, at least it
fair.
has to be handwritten, so there is that.
It's a skill. There's a
skill-based
thing,
entry, right?
skill-based entry,
So it's not
I'm in
like
trouble.
a gambling or something.
lottery stakes, sweepstakes. I have no idea. The laws we have on this kind of stuff are kind of silly. Meanwhile, if you want to do sports gambling, like no problem, do that anywhere and everywhere all the time.
Yep.
But the CCFR, so donate $20 to them, and every $20 you get a free entry. And boy, that's a lot of guns.
I'd like one.
I wonder what's in there.
Yeah, curious.
I don't think they said yet, but they said the combined value is $90,000, so $900 per gun.
Oh, they're not all Norinco bolt actions or Dury 22.
Doesn't sound like it.
Nope, doesn't sound like it at all.
No.
It sounds like a lot of really good stuff. Yeah, so go take a look at that. Just a little warm up, just a little taste warm up here for us for the start here. Gary, the Minister of Public Safety, embarrassed himself he posted a banned gun. He's like, we got to get these guns off the street, and he posted a gun with, I think it had a third hole, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was a very clearly an M16. It's like, excuse me, Mr. Public Safety Minister, that firearm's been banned in Canada since 1977. So
Just got to get it off the streets.
We didn't mention him saying rugger.
Oh god,
that's old news.
Old news, yeah.
The Rugger Mini 14. Yeah.
Surprise! Our public safety minister knows nothing about what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And with that,
let's get into it. Yeah. Buyback. Okay, so as we were flying out, so they announced it on what, like Saturday? On Saturday, they announced
Saturday
Yeah.
afternoon our time. It's like noon-ish.
Yeah. I realized that the correct technical term is what they're calling it, a gun confiscation compensation program. I'm just going to say buyback for the rest of this, just because it's easier.
Right.
I'm not advocating for the term buyback. I'm just lazy.
It's a
But yeah,
confiscation scheme.
the buyback went live on Monday. So this is declaration. You can declare your naughty guns for the potential of compensation. By just declaring, it doesn't mean that you get money. You still have to set up an appointment to give them your naughty guns. And then
Again, declaration does not guarantee compensation.
And in fact, they don't have enough money for very many of them.
Nope.
Not at all.
They're declaring bankruptcy.
They're declaring. They don't have enough money. And but still, no one's still. The other bit of news that came out of this is that they only got 22,000 guns declared by Monday of this week. So that was their first announcement. That was their big number, 22,000. But that's not a lot. I would assume that for anything like this, you announce it, especially when you announce it and it's first come, first serve. There's going to be an initial huge surge of people trying to declare their guns so that they get in, so that they get paid back, and then a very quick drop off afterwards. So, like week 2, we're not going to see 22,000 guns declared. It's going to be much less, maybe 5, maybe 10,000. We're not. Who knows? But
I'm going to guess 2,000.
We're not going to see them. Look, they're not going to announce more numbers. I'm putting money down right now. I've got my $5 minimum table bet. They are not going to announce any more numbers as long as that number is low. And I think that number is going to be low. I don't think
they're not going to announce.
I think that's fair.
Gary's going to be telling us too much more about the hundreds of guns that
Yeah. I think I agree. I think if we don't see any numbers, which I really don't think we will, if we don't see any more updated numbers, I bet it's because uptake is incredibly low. Because 22,000 is not a lot. There's a million of these guns, at least a million of these guns out there.
The estimate is between 1 and 3 million. I like the safe number of 2 million. I feel like that's a fair right in the middle of the estimates.
The government's lowball estimate is 500,000.
Yeah.
Did they say
what does that say about we respect gun owners? Our low ball estimate for what we've banned is 500,000. We've only budgeted for a fraction of that.
Sorry, no, the 500,000 is for non-restricted. You have to put the 100,000 restricted on top. So it's
600,000.
And that's the thing. They couldn't even get all the restricted declaration in there, and people know of the risk behind it.
Yeah.
Thing is, why are people declaring restricted? They already know about them.
So you can grab your money and run, right?
Oh, you have to be in line. Okay.
I would chop them up in front of the police before I handed them over.
Seems like most people would rather do that.
Yep.
Based on 22,000 only.
Yep.
Time is tough though. Some people might want to take their money and run.
Some people. One little silver lining there. Less of our taxpayer dollars being wasted on something stupid.
They're gonna find a way to use them all.
There's more stupid stuff they'll spend money on anyway.
Yeah, right. Look, I'm just trying to stay positive here. Goodness.
Nah, I think this program is done.
And
they're not
gonna.
What do you think they're gonna shortchange it? Never. Even if the program is failure, they're gonna collect their money and run away with it.
So expanding on this, let's just for a moment, because I don't entirely disagree with Tony. I kind of disagree in that I think that this particular liberal government is going to clutch onto this with a death grip that is impressive. But however, let's talk about, I believe the shortest way to discuss who is actually partaking of the gun ban in the gun ban currently would be just to name the 3 that we do actually know. And I believe that is Quebec, Winnipeg, and Halifax. Those are the 3.
That's one people, province and two municipalities.
5,000 kilometers, and you've got one province and a couple of municipalities. How How many police forces in Ontario alone have come out this week and said, "Nah, we're not gonna take part in this"?
I've tried to keep a running list. I think I have it. I might
Yeah,
be
I
missing
think you
some,
do.
but as of right now, the OPP. So for police forces, OPP, Toronto Police, Saugeen, Barrie, Kawartha Lakes, Brantford, Durham, Charlottetown, Sarnia, Peterborough, Woodstock, LaSalle in Quebec. That's the
Wild.
we have.
Whoa,
Yeah,
how does that work?
The municipalities are like, we're not participating.
Yep.
Um,
Adriel, tell me about the provinces that are either not participating or not interested and or fully getting in the way.
Well, that fully getting in the way, Alberta and Saskatchewan.
God bless the prairies.
There will be no confiscation or compensation here in Alberta or Saskatchewan. In terms of not participating, the Yukon's not participating. Manitoba, that was a surprise.
Right.
Rob Canoe came out and said, like, yeah, we're not going to do that. Or not Wob, but like his minister said, we're not going to be participating. That was kind of wild because you would think NDP would be supporting of it, but apparently the police have just like all these police forces have said, we got better shit to do, I think is the long and short of it.
Yep.
Yeah, they got better things to do. Sorry, what did I say? Yukon, Manitoba, Northwest Territories, Newfoundland, and Labrador. Ford complained about it. He got on TV and complained about it, but he didn't say that they're not participating as a province.
Yeah, he stopped short of saying that.
But the OPP said they're not. I don't know who else Ford would tell not to do this.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like de facto, looking at the most of the police in that province and having the premier say, "Hey, we're standing with gun owners." I mean, you could kind of softly put Ontario right on the edge of also not participating.
Yeah, lots of municipalities. Now, just to meter people's expectations a little bit, the police forces, when they say they're not participating in the confiscation compensation program is usually what they're saying.
Yeah.
So after October 31st, everyone's who's in possession of these firearms breaking the law. They're all subject to possession of a prohibited firearms charges, right? Now, in some provinces, like Alberta and Saskatchewan, the attorney generals there have said, "Hey, don't charge people for this, where it's not in the public interest." But other provinces, not so much. And this was a criminal charge that had a 3-year mandatory minimum before pretty much all the mandatory minimums got struck down.
Yeah,
3 years in jail minimum, which is kind of wild because based on compliance rates so far, it looks like we're going to have 1 million criminals on November 1st.
God, our prisons are going to be packed.
I don't think we have the space.
I don't think that there's the political will to arrest 1 million people.
No. Do you guys think that the Liberals will see all the resistance? Like, there's a lot of resistance right now. A lot of police forces, a lot of provinces saying, we're not doing this. Do you think they're going to cancel it?
Nope, I don't.
So part of me wants to believe that, but they're still, as they've said behind doors, they're doing it for Quebec. And because if you look at everything right now, all of that, the government is in full swing using taxpayer dollars to pre-election advertise right now. Everything, even just the rhetoric that Carney and the Liberals are spitting out there, it is very clear that they are eyeing they I don't know, they got some vigor from their little World Economic Forum speech and Carney's little bump up in the polls. They're eyeing for a spring election. I've been saying it the whole time. I think they're going to call it. It's their best bet. They're going to wait until the day after the NDP has a leader that is a real leader and not just a sack of potatoes with googly eyes. But the second that they have a leader, they're going to go. They're going to go right then. Because after that, every day the NDP is going to take just a little bit from them, and they don't need to lose a lot. Like this last election, you can say what you want, but this last election was won by won by the Liberals by 20,000 votes spread over a couple dozen ridings, and they know that.
And the NDP did terrible.
The NDP didn't didn't perform at all. Like if they perform, even if the NDP in those ridings just gets 5% more in those ridings, the Conservatives win them every time. There's a bunch of them that the Conservatives could still win. And as much as you can see all the rhetoric on CTV, CBC, all the talking heads who are like, well, like it's a tight race, but Carney's still got, like, it is actually a knife fight. And that next election, it's coming hands down. And there's no way Carney and the Liberals are going to spit in the face of Ontario or of Quebec, especially not when like the provincial politics of Quebec are trending away from the Liberals right now. They can't afford to. There's no way. And especially not if Carney has to put supply management on the table, which it seems like he may have to. So, yeah, the gun ban stand, that's where my money says. They will belligerently ignore everyone screaming at them, actively telling them they're doing something stupid, because Quebec matters more than everywhere else.
Indeed, it does.
Yep.
It really is the best spot in Canada. They deserve more. We need to change our rules for them.
You know what? They deserve their own country. Let's give Quebec their own country.
They are so special. They deserve to be just on their own. Yeah.
It's one way of doing it. This hour has 22 minutes. Had a fun little clip making fun of the buyback.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Good. Yeah.
I think when you see outlets like the CBC crapping on it, it's like, oh,
that's
probably pay attention to that.
Yeah.
The public opinion on this has changed quite a bit. I mean, like a lot of things have changed, like after COVID. A lot of things have been moving in some directions, and I think the gun control one has been moving quite a bit. I've seen on Reddit, like it's no longer an even topic to discuss. No, it's like pretty firmly like, no, this is silly. They're doing this for votes in Quebec. They said as much. They said that they did it for votes in Quebec. It was strategic, and it's not for actual public safety. It's just something fun they're doing to spit in the eye of their supporters for their enemy, and bolster things for themselves.
Yep.
Gary also said that you can't have it both ways. He says they're not going to boost the budget for it and sign up.
Yeah.
I think the both ways there is you can't say it's not funded and then not sign up for it. Yes. You can't complain that there's no money and then not
sign up. Isn't that a chicken and egg problem, though? You don't have enough money. That's why people don't want to sign up.
Well, exactly. You've already said you may not get money. You've said how much money you have to give. People can do some basic math and be like, oh, the probability that I'm going to get paid is next to zero, so why am I going to do that?
Well, especially when the public, sentiment is so very different. And you can't drum up all of this like anti-America fear, like fear of like global powers taking over our country, but also hand in all of the guns that you would potentially want in a defensive situation like that.
Just send them.
Tell y'all what. I'm not going like warriors on Red Dawn. If there's an invasion, I'm not going Red Dawn on this. That sounds
neither
like
am I.
But that's a great way of getting.
Sounds like you need your pink GSG 16.
It's the public sentiment is what I'm talking about, right? Like when you've got especially all the like low IQ boomers who voted for Carney in the last election are all like, we need to defend the country. Like, sure, you've just punched everyone in the face who you might ask to do that. Good luck.
You can go defend it if you want to, right?
Yeah. I won't be defending it.
Well, no, I'm saying the boomers can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow, Mike Myers was on Saturday Night Live with he wasn't doing the elbows. He was in a Canadian military outfit.
Oh my god.
Oh geez.
We're gonna have to say, 60-year-old Mike Myers is gonna defend the country from New York, I guess.
Was 80-year-old machine guns. It's great.
Yep.
This is the guy that is in the bar like causing shits, trying to talking as if he can take everyone on. But yeah, anyways. Ridiculous. That's the perfect example of like just boomer rhetoric. Anywho, And yet the other thing about this, you can't have it both ways. But like at the same time, he's talking. Gary's talking about out two sides of his mouth as well, because he said,
Right.
"Oh, we had so many people hand in their 22,000. Well, that's amazing. There's a million of these things out there. You got 22,000 declared. That's not right. I don't know if you did the math on that. That's not really a lot.
No.
1%, Gary. 1%'s not good. You get 1% on a test, you fail that test.
Well, I mean, but they've set the total. The total is 150 or whatever it is. 150, right?
135,000.
That's 100% for them. 135 is 100.
That's restricted only, though.
No, there's 124,000 restricted. 135
yeah.
is how much money they have
budgeted for.
For restricted and non-restricted.
Yeah, because there's 10,000 other guns that they banned. No more. Certainly no more. When there's only 14 SKSs in the province, like
I can tell you, FX9's restricted, like not restricted, also restricted 10-1 at the minimum.
Oh yeah,
it's probably more than that.
Yeah.
Well, think of like how many people bought WK-180s and not ARs because they're not registered, because registration leads to confiscation.
And 102s.
There's
a lot of
102s,
walk around guns,
Stag 10s, because you could hunt with that stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's been a cascade of police agencies telling Ottawa that they're not going to be participating in the buyback.
It's been awesome to see.
Yeah. What options do people have?
They've got a few. They, you could move to the great provinces of Alberta or Saskatchewan and brave that cold prairie winter.
True. You'd still be breaking, if you held on to those guns, you'd still be breaking the law.
Saskatchewan's offering publicly funded storage.
Fair.
And Alberta's offering to get in the way of the judicial system.
But the firearm program is administered by the federal government. So how do you get around it? Unless
because they're still going to be charged provincially, and what Alberta's thing was to make it so that it is like the lowest legal priority of their prosecutors, right?
Right, fair enough. But Adriel in the HG video brought up a good point. What if they refused? If you have a registered, let's say if you have an R.
Yeah.
If you have a non-restricted, they may or may not know. If you have a registered restricted, they know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They refuse to renew your PAL. What do you do then?
They outright revoke it.
Yeah.
Come November 1st.
You could do that.
Maybe in Alberta you'll be okay, but if you are more of a sport shooter or a hunter that's expeditionary who goes across the country, then you might be in trouble.
Again, though, they could revoke them. There's only say like out of the 120,000 odd formerly restricted, now prohibited, say like 110,000 of them didn't get handed in. Average guy that owned one of those owned two of those. So you probably got 70,000 people. Are they going to revoke the licenses of 70,000 people overnight and criminalize 70,000 people?
It's just a computer checkbox. Why not?
But do we have prison space for 70,000 people? Let alone the million odd people that own non-restricted, now prohibited firearms. Could we ingest 70,000 people into the legal system tomorrow? I don't think so. I think that would cripple the system permanently, and I think they know that too. I think Gary was very honest in that recording. Not only is this just not possible for them to implement the way that they are doing it, I don't think that they're interested in enforcing it in any meaningful way. You might get a letter from the CFO. Maybe your license doesn't get renewed in 5 years. I don't even know if they're going to come looking for that thing. I really don't.
Well, they don't when people's licenses, and just for the listeners, we're not advocating for you to break the law or anything like that.
No.
This is entertainment. We're just discussing what could happen, because this is going to happen to a lot of gun owners out there.
Yep.
But I know that I know people who had restricteds and their license they've lapsed. They didn't renew it. They had restricteds, and maybe a year or two, a couple of years ago, no one comes looking for the restricted guns.
Yeah.
I think they would, but in like a couple of, again, just examples that I know of, they haven't. Maybe they do. I'm not sure.
The fire, like, sorry, so my experience, at least in BC, the poor firearms program is so woefully understaffed and underfunded. Like I really don't think that any province has the resources even to go after that many people. Like I actually don't. That's not, again, this is not me advocating. We've got other things on the list here, other, what are, strategies and or loopholes. And I firmly stand, if I was not in the like sort of semi-protected category that I am, I will wait for the next election because I believe one is coming in the spring. If we lose that one too, I would 100% run the receivers that were registered through a chop saw and hand in those bits. Like, you want the lower receivers for my AR-15? There you go. Let's not pretend like this isn't the easiest thing in the world for somebody to make one if they wanted to. Like,
well, if you're not turning in for compensation, you can destroy and just verify them as destroyed, right?
Yeah, and there's a decent
or disable them and verify them as disabled, and then put it up on
the legal definition for like permanently deactivated firearms in Canada is, it's pretty egregious. Like, I would
restricted it is on non-restricted firearms. It's not defined. That's fair. Now, what do you have to do with prohibs that were non-restricted? I don't know. I don't know the answer to this.
I know a lot of folks investing in a bunch of Cosmoline and pipes, so like,
there's that too. You could also store your guns. So if you have a friend who's got a business firearms license, you could potentially store them there.
Yeah. Although it's hard for them to go back.
Are we launching a Patreon service yet?
Nope. Nope. Not rocking that boat, man. No. But yeah, if you know someone, well, like a friend or a business, like there's a decent amount of businesses that do actually have prohib licenses. That is an option. I don't know.
I guess aside from that, so we talked about disable, like having a gunsmith disable it or whatever the requirements are on that. There's also destroy and dump them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the requirements are on that. I know you have to report it, but yeah. I was actually looking this up because for that video that Tony was talking about, so I put out a video on this, just kind of discussing some different things, and I did look up some people who had been charged around destroying firearms, and it was typically their brother murdered someone with a handgun, and then they gave him the handgun and they destroyed it. And it's you destroyed.
That's destroy evidence, though. That's different.
No, I don't think there's anything.
They said destroying a prohibited firearm restricted firearm in that case without notifying them. They had to notify, right?
That's the part, because if your gun is lost or destroyed, you do have a duty to report that within 30 days. But like, again, like if it were me,
not 30 days.
I thought it was 30.
Is it instant? For 30 for an address move?
Oh, okay.
If you destroy a gun, you have to let them know right away, or lose a gun, or a gun stolen. All right away.
I thankfully haven't lost one, but I mean, honestly, if it were me and I was truly worried, especially with those formerly registered ones, 2 days before, it would probably be 2 days before, like October 28th, I'd sit there with the chop saw, run it over the receivers. That's the bit I got to hand in. Yep. Go to my local police station. Here's your chunk of metal. F you. Good doing business with you. I'll leave now. Like, that's what I would do.
There's a whole bunch of comments we've been missing here.
Oh, yeah. I had this
head off on the side there. Any way to get a handgun from a new PAL user? No.
Well, there's a very, 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 very stringent requirement that you may be able to fulfill, but we have yet to have one here. And if we did know about this particular person, we would have them on the show.
Well, I'm contemplating making a run at this route this year just to see if it can be done. But
for Olympic or for?
Yeah, I want one of those Olympic guns.
Fair enough.
Okay. Some other comments here. No need to jail anyone. Would you get your guns to go anywhere shooting without a license? I don't know what you're mentioning there, Chris. If you're saying like, oh, we could just do it without the license or not.
No, I'm guessing he is saying, are you willing to break the law in the way of you no longer have a valid license? Are you still going to take your gun anywhere to shoot?
I see.
There's a lot of people that already do that, honestly.
Yeah.
This is the biggest miserable failure that they don't even realize that they have done, is that they have destroyed a lot of good faith within the system, within people that were happily law-abiding licensed firearms owners, followed all the rules. When you throw the rule book out and say, screw you, you were following all the rules for 20 years, didn't matter, fuck you, we're taking everything anyway. There's a lot of people who are really sour about that, and Canada's a big empty place. Like,
you registered those guns? Oh, tough luck.
Yeah.
Some other people mentioning, there's a LaSalle in Ontario, and there's a LaSalle in Montreal. So I don't know which one it is. I'm going off of the CCFR's post on it, and they said it was in Quebec. So, and they're in Ontario, so I assume they know the difference between the different LaSalles. It was all one word, LaSalle.
Yeah.
Mike was saying that you got to slam vitamin C in the morning for SHOT Show to make sure that
At a young age, I remembered a warning label on vitamin C supplements that you can have scurvy by over consuming vitamin C products.
What?
Wouldn't that be the opposite? Not enough.
It's like withdrawn, as in you consume too much of it and you stop too quickly, and then you can have scurvy.
No, you just pee out the extra vitamin C. You can't OD on vitamin C.
I do what I was told. Okay.
Dang.
Not medical advice. I'm just saying.
Let's get away from the vitamin C.
Yeah.
Adrian's mentioning being a Canadian going to SHOT Show would just piss me off. Yeah.
Yeah, we call you Tony. Tony was Eeyore for the first day that we were there. It was
it looked like I go to Chinese night market. I see Chinese optic here, there, everywhere. All the Chinese people try to hang out with me because I look Chinese.
过来很便宜吧
Yeah, but we're wandering around in the biggest like gun trade show in North America. Oh, I can't have any of this. Oh, this is super lame. Like sounds like some of the people commenting on our videos. I'm like, geez, you guys, like, I get
it was a big difference.
The suppressors.
I get
Fair
it.
enough.
Tony and I went and looked at this is are we done with the
yeah, we're done with the ban. Yeah.
Let's move let's go straight into SHOT Show then. We can stack up the new gun stuff next week. If you are looking, the one sale I saw, Cabela's had their elite long range case on sale for Wild Wednesday, so you might want to take a look at those. And they also have some Federal shorty shot shells, but everything else we'll just mention next week. So many suppressors at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Everyone and their dog is making a suppressor. It's just like, what is going on?
Well, and what's wild is that's just on a $0 tax stamp. They're still registered. Imagine what's going to happen when they're no longer registered.
Yeah.
Just look at the people. Who was it that registered a potato?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was great.
Suppressors everywhere. And like a wide variety of them. This looks like a gold rush. I bet you there's going to be some companies that are going to lose their shirt on the suppressors just because there's so many people going for it. The Lyman ones looked cool because they were lightweight, like they were aluminum. They're not going to be like heavy duty.
How long are they going to last though? Well, I guess it all
don't shoot a lot.
I guess it depends on the shooting schedule. If you're hunting 1-2 shots, you're done. But
yeah, they were giving out free suppressor coupons in the lobby. All you had to do.
Are you kidding me?
All you had to do is pay the shipping. Yeah.
Yep, they were.
Yeah. Lots of suppressors.
Should have got one of those.
Tony and I were looking at these little oval ones that you'd use for like a 22 or a 17 HMR that this one dude was making, and those. Like to be able to shoot gophers, 17 HMR is a little bit too sharp. You need hearing protection. A lot of time with 22, I'll use standard velocity, and I won't use hearing protection. I know I'm supposed to, but I don't. I use standard velocity ammo, and I don't. It would be so nice to use 17 HMR with a suppressor and not have to wear hearing protection. Because when I'm hunting gophers, it's usually hot. It's usually like 30 degrees, sun beating down on you, hot Alberta summer. I don't want to be wearing earmuffs over top of my ears.
No.
Yeah.
I was absolutely floored by how many suppressors there were that you could just run stock ammo out of and get that sound reduction. I was really impressed. Like, I don't know. It's the future.
Yeah. And it's too bad we can't have them, because it feels terrible going to the States, shooting all those suppressors and being like, oh man, my hearing would be safe, and my people, the neighbors around the range wouldn't be so upset. And not so much.
No, suppressors are only for assassins. That is the only use for them.
One thing, so we mentioned, like, we saw some aluminum, some titanium, like all sorts of cool stuff. But there was a lot of 3D printed, like metal 3D printed ones.
Yeah, the additive manufacturing.
And not, I didn't know that technology was. Yeah, Mike's mentioning it. Titanium cans for $90 because there's printing and they're not wasting any material.
Yep.
I didn't know that technology was so ready to create. I knew like metal additive printing. You could make stuff. I didn't know it was gotten to a point where it was so cheap that it was now cost competitive with making this kind of stuff.
Yep. And we're another year or two away from it being tabletop. Like, you can just have it in your garage. Gun control's dead anyways. They just don't know it yet. Like, for real. No, you're laughing. I'm serious. Like, the additive, like, I've been keeping an eye on the additive manufacturing side of things, because like it's useful for other parts of work and stuff. It is absolutely wild. Another couple of years, and people are just going to be making themselves guns start to finish just at home. There will be no stopping them. Like, I don't know how you stopped something like that. A software ban? Like,
well, wasn't some
Washington
states saying
was doing that? Yeah.
But we are also in this realm where you can now like have a $20 subscription to Claude and get it to build you the software that you need, a couple of plugins for some like 3D modeling engines, and you're off to the races. There's no stopping it. They can try. I know Washington's trying real hard on their 3D printer and like database ban. There's something.
Should probably change the topic because this sounds like something.
Sorry. Get flagged for anyway.
Nuke out of orbit on some of these different platforms. But yeah, that stuff's out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kyle and I noticed this last year, but this year it's just, and Tony got it full frontal. Everyone is selling white labeled scopes and red dots from the same factories in China and Japan. Everyone. The fact, like the number of companies that last year had no red dots and no technology in red dots, and this year they have a full line of red dots.
Yep.
They're all white labeled. They're all just white labeled from those same companies. They're change a couple buttons here and there, and the shape of this and the reticle options, and with all these things rolled as a dice into a character creator, they make their red dots. And I think that the big brands are just better at marketing, because now it seems like all the cheap scopes are made in China now. All the like mid-tier ones are Japan, and there's some Philippines, and at the very, very top, most expensive ones are like in the US and that kind of thing, or Europe for that matter, right?
There was a reason we speed ran the downstairs of the convention. It was so much of the same stuff. It was like knife maker. Oh, there's CNC parts. Oh, Chinese optics company, knife maker, CNC parts. Like, I don't know. There was a lot of the same down
That's
there.
unfortunate though, because a lot of our Canadian friends are downstairs.
Well, we went and hung out with them.
Yeah, that's, I guess maybe it's a benefit in that sense, where you pass through something unique, you will stop for it.
Kodiak had one of the biggest like footage wise booths down there. It was honestly, it was nice hanging out at their booth just because it wasn't claustrophobic as all heck. Like, walking in and like up and down those aisles was really tight.
And I think they have a corner spot too, so that does help. There's some cool stuff. They have some like chassis builds for the Turkish like Shaka recoil Type 223 semi-auto. So
the
Adler.
Alcor.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's not on offer yet. Like, they're still working on it, but I would consider it.
So for our listeners, it's a full receiver replacement. To make it better, put a rail on top, do a couple of other things, and one of their things, they had a little trigger pack that had a bolt hold open, and a couple of other things on it. I can't remember. Maybe bolt hold open, AR pistol grip, AR stock, and you'll see in the videos that we put out that those are out there.
Mike says the coolest stuff is in the basement. Trick is finding it. Diamonds in the rough everywhere. Mike, I am going to disagree with you. All of the coolest 9mm sub guns that I got to handle were all on the main floor. So,
well, I think what he's saying is like a lot of the most innovative stuff you're going to find downstairs.
Or at the very top, there was like we missed a couple of things that were really interesting. That Arsenal Dragon.
Yeah, that one you talked to me.
I'm like,
I talked me out of going there.
One. Yeah, I thought it was the Arsenal one. I looked at it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's that low bore axis Russian thing. No, it was some American like nut job had made like these crazy handguns that are like you take them apart and they're super low bore axis. And I watched a video and it was amazing. Did you see their stuff, Kyle?
No, I didn't make it over there. You talked me out of it.
Oh my god!
I'm just
it was on my list, and you were very adamant that we looked at it the year before.
Yeah, because we looked at the Strike Arsenal thing from last year, Strike One Arsenal, but this was an Arsenal Dragon, and it wasn't the same thing. It was in fact this other guy.
It would be really interesting to take a look at that because they are selling it as a competition gun. Like in their write-up, it was as a competition gun. Well, it's a non-reciprocating dot, so the only division you can shoot that in is open.
Limited optics.
Or like whatever 3-gun outlaw.
Yeah, limited optics.
That doesn't care about that kind of thing.
Actually, can you shoot it in limited optics?
I don't.
Maybe
know
not.
I don't know if
Maybe
there's a
not.
stipulation on reciprocating dot in limited optics. Everyone just
be a
does
rule.
it.
You shouldn't have to have okay.
Production optics, you have to have reciprocating.
What I'm saying is, I don't think that should be a rule. Like,
Right.
I get what they're trying to get away from. They don't want like the dots that sit on
The
top.
frame mount.
Their frame mount, right? But if it's like built into the top of the gun and it's reasonable that you could carry it, it should be production okay.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you for sure.
You're gonna get some ridiculous stuff like the Alien and that kind of thing, but
I feel like the Alien limited optics slide also have a reciprocating dot, but
then the Alien correct after IPSC put the rule in the next year, Alien fixed that, and now you can get a reciprocating dot slide on the Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a question here. Any products that will make their way to Canada that you saw? Happy that you asked. There was lots of stuff there. We did do a hilariously kind of rough video at the Daria booth. Boy, you'd think somebody at that booth would know a thing about the guns they were selling, but they did not. However, there was a fun little pump gun, a little 22 pump gun that takes TM22 mags that you get with your like all your Darias and stuff, which I thought was really neat. It was really kind of reminiscent to the old Henry pump guns that are like really expensive now. Like go try and find a little pump 22 for less than $800. And Daria has one. Takes
the Rossies are cheap.
Yeah, I guess, but I haven't seen many of them around either.
No, I see a few. Well, I think me and Adriel did a maybe slightly less rough video because we interviewed ourselves. But we didn't see the pump 9mm. We did see the bolt action 9mm Glock mag, pretty decent dog leg on the mag release. The 22 pump, I have one concern with it is it doesn't have a pump lock, unlike most pump action shotguns or the PR, for example. So it's really odd. I don't know how. Like if you run real fast, is it gonna just be blowing up on the side?
I was gonna ask, like, what's your concern with not having a lock?
Like, is it gonna do out of battery discharge on the side if I run it twice as fast?
That lock doesn't lock your firing pin from.
But it gives a slightly lock time for me before I can like start extracting again. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I have definitely outrun. So one of my shotguns doesn't have a lock, and there's a great video of me like doing a 11 round mag dump out of it, and I was going fast enough that I managed to get a little fire coming out the side on the one. But it's a 22, Tony. Who cares? Like, what? How bad of an out of battery are you going to have with a 22? Like,
It's
how fast are you
fine.
moving? It's yeah,
Bad enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked that. I also Smith & Wesson had some kind of updated lever guns, and we've got a video on that. I don't know I didn't
1854, I think they're called.
Yeah, I don't know. They had a whole run of them. I thought they were neat. Threaded barrels, flat triggers, and some Picatinny rails. A little bit of merging of old with new, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were at the Smith & Wesson booth, and we saw this hilarious little... Here, let me share my screen here. This little guy, the little bodyguard.
Oh,
Just to show you, there's the
adorable.
regular 2.0, and there's the bodyguard. It disappears into your hand. It's so small.
That's cute.
Very, very cute. Yeah.
I'll take 2.
One for each hand.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Makes sense. I got a lot of stickers. You guys?
Oh, so many stickers. I covered.
Oh, quite a
my
few patches too. Yeah.
I feel like I was definitely slacking on the patch and sticker game this year.
It looks something like that.
Have
Have you guys
Yes.
put them up everywhere yet?
Yeah.
Not yet.
I actually finally started dipping into my sticker stash, and I completely covered the cover for that big gun case. So.
That was quick.
Well, I mean, you had a surface. I kind of did the same. I had some stickers on my safe, but the entire front of my safe is now plastered with stickers, as is my laptop, which was completely unmarred before. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I had to be
Laptop
careful. I had to be
yeah.
picky about the ones on my laptop because I was like, oh, this is still a work computer. There's people that are sensitive. There's definitely some gun stickers on it, but it's fine. Yeah.
My laptop is used for gun stuff, so it's covered.
It's okay.
And my door is still not covered. I had a couple of PAL cases that I used to take guns out to PAL courses, and I covered every non-wear surface on it. And my gun bin over here is now pretty well covered.
Yeah, it's pretty covered.
Yeah. Like, this is my sticker bag now.
Oh wait, let me put the screen on you.
I got them.
So yeah, that's my sticker bag now.
I'm so
Oh
glad
wow.
I didn't grab one of those bags. I didn't have
That's full of
space.
stickers.
And then this is now patches, so I need to.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
I need a bigger patch wall.
Gotta bump those numbers up.
Yeah, I think a patch wall is the way to go. Because well, I stick on my door there. I stick Velcro, and then I have to stick it all to that. But a wall would probably make more sense.
I have a plan for my patches. It's coming soon.
Right.
Yeah.
Other cool stuff. I'll talk about the 1022 real quick. We got a video on it, but it's plasticky feeling. It's a good practical iteration of the design. The changes they made.
BX trigger pack for free. Everyone gets a BX trigger.
That gun's gonna be more expensive than the old 1022.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But no more upgrades. It's gonna slingshot your stuff. You'll have M-lock slots. It's improvement.
It is. I think the coolest thing I saw in terms of a gun was probably the CVA Endura. It's a smokeless muzzle loader, and we haven't actually had one of those in a long time. The Savage was the last one. They had, I think, their 10 ML. Yeah, 10 muzzle loader. They had like a Model 10 bolt action. It was a muzzle loader. You could put smokeless in it. It could produce like silly power. They stopped making it. And now CVA is making one that is all kinds of cool. And that's kind of surprising saying for a muzzle loader, but
Yeah, that CVA was an interesting one for sure.
yeah, it's bolt action, but the bolt is just to put the primer in, and the bolt, the face is magnetic, so you can stick the large rifle primer, which is what it takes, not a shotgun primer, and then run the bolt in. That insert that they had was tungsten carbide, so a super strong insert, and they mentioned that they were getting outrageous power numbers out of this thing, like 2700 FPS. out of a muzzleloader with big 300 grain bullets. That's like
50 cal bullets.
that's 3
Yeah.
range.
You're building yourself quite a little cannon at that point. Like,
It's gonna hurt.
In
Yeah.
some jurisdictions,
no moving parts.
Muzzleloader with no muzzle brake on a 3.38 Lapua, like it hurts. It's a painful amount of recoil.
Yeah.
That's this thing doesn't have a muzzle. Well, no, it was threaded.
I think it had a
Muzzle was
brake. Yeah,
threaded. So you could put a brake on it.
you might be able to put a suppressor on it too.
So that was the thing you were most excited about that you saw at SHOT Show?
I think it was the most innovative thing because they
most
don't
innovative.
exist. That's a category of gun that does not have anything on the market right now. I
Fair.
would be interested. I don't know if I would want to buy one just because it's very expensive for a very niche shooting activity. The guy we were talking to, that Tony and I were talking to, he's like muzzleloader competitive shooter that they like had at the booth. He wasn't like a CVA salesperson. He was like a competitive shooter that shoots it. And he's like, oh yeah, he's nerding out on us, talking about winning competitions with this thing.
Well, it's like, is he playing Tony's rules? He's shooting competitions by himself, so he's just de facto the winner.
I think if you're doing a muzzleloader competition and you show up with a bolt action and you're using smokeless, and everyone else is using Pyrex and real black,
got a little bit of an advantage there.
I don't know if cheating is okay, but I guess it is.
I just don't know what a muzzleloader.
Those guys.
I don't know what a muzzleloader competition even looks like.
It probably looks like F class, but you have to reload at a specific spot every single time. I'm guessing.
Maybe it's like interest.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
He was
I need to-
mentioning a little bit about like, so you pull the rifle down and you load it with the muzzle pointing up, then you put it down range, and then you put your cap in or your primer in. So he was telling us about the procedures around it. It's kind of cool. There were competitive shooters at some of the booths, like Cadex had the Furlong team there, Rob Furlong's long range shooters. I think Apex. Did Apex have some competitive shooters there? I'd imagine they did.
Yeah. Most of their guys on the floor were PRS competitive shooters.
Yeah, and a lot of the other booths had competitive shooters. I like talking to competitive shooters.
Yeah, fun people.
Figured out with you. Yeah. What was the coolest thing you guys saw?
I have mine in the barrel. All right. So for me, it was the Zenith booth was like right through the doors, and I like laser sighted in. It was funny. Like Kyle was like ready to head. I was like, no. There's pretty little sub guns over here, and they the ZF9 G and S. The G stood for Glock. The S stood for Scorpion. So this is a little 9mm pistol. Heavy air quotes on pistol, but technically it's their pistol. And like maybe it had a 5-inch barrel. It had all of the ambidextrous, like modern firearms manual of arms that you would want in this tiny little compact form. Shoots 9mm. Had an HK slap with a non-reciprocating charging handle on top of it all, and the collapsible brace that you could get for it, like the whole gun together, like with the brace. I think they said the MSRP was right around like $1,600 US, but still, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I love little sub guns, but like it was metal. Everything about it was perfect. Apart from the one that I was playing with, I think in the video was the G, because I liked the collapsible stock. They had so they had two different forms of collapsible stocks. They had one that was like the MP5 style that you pull out, the other one that was a folder. Collapsible braces. Let me use the correct nomenclature. But they had the folder on the S for the Scorpion, which is the mag type I would much prefer. I like the pattern, how it looks. It actually makes it look like a little Scorpion. But I really, really loved the little MP5 collapsible stock a lot. That just like kind of just goes into it. And knowing that that's a pistol, it was suppressor ready on top of it. You just like, yeah, you could have one of those in a bag and have it out and deployed in a second. And it was tiny and awesome. And I want it.
Yeah. Mike was saying the Beretta AX800 was interesting. Polymer receiver.
That's just like the Novus 3, though. You know the next level is going to be a semi-auto in that.
Or here, I'll I'll do a blast from the past here. The Remington 887 Nitro Mag.
Oh,
This was
man.
also a polymer stock. When did I do this review?
It's
This
not
was
semi-auto
around
though.
2013.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was like a Walmart special or something.
It was actually kind of expensive, but cool, 375. But this is back in 2013. Yeah, 2013.
It's at least $700 now. Well, unless government buyback, then it's like worth $12. But
It's kind of gross.
It's-
kind of gross.
I'm
when I picked up, I did pick up that Beretta AX 800, and I was like, no.
It's like, Adriel, we should do a video.
Maybe you should have done that one, Tony, because for me, it's just I had to get it out of my hands. It was, I'm not very. You guys know me. I've got probably a bunch of shotguns back here. They're like $100 or $200, and just picking that up, it's like no.
It might be very functional for a duck hunting situation. Just saying.
Yeah, show with that Remington, that 887.
Yep.
It's not semi-auto.
Kyle, Tony, what was your guys' favorite stuff from the show?
Go ahead, Tony.
Oh my
Do I
God.
have to? Now I'm confused because I'm not confused. I'm
Talk about the
conflicted.
Springfield TRP.
That Springfield TRP, because I know it's within reach and I can have it, but I couldn't have it. It's very nice. I posted a video just before the show went live. It was one of the 1911s that have the most aggressive front strap texturing, and it hurts really nicely. So that's one of the things. I also really like the PSA Saber AK. I guess the first time playing was AK. I was having a lot of trouble with the magazine manipulation on the Springfield M14 M1A, which I was also very into. But
they're like that. They're
not.
The
AK reloads very nicely and very like the motherland would have taught you. So it feels like I should have been carrying a Capture 1911 while I have my primary AK, reenacting the whole North Vietnam situation, and everything's going to be great.
So for the listeners, Tony, we're an hour in here. Tony finger fucked every 2011 and 1911 on that show floor. Ran them rough, dropped slides, pulled triggers.
I did not drop the slide.
You broke a couple of them too.
Somehow I managed to break the PSA Saber 11, their 2011 thing.
Somehow, yeah.
So when
broke a PSA,
when we went there were two of them side by side. When Dustin and Kyle arrived slightly later, there was only one on the line. And I complained about the trigger on the particular one that was missing. And I think from video evidence that I was recocking the gun, and I think the hammer didn't catch. It it dropped on me. And I was complaining about a trigger. Kyle was saying the trigger that's actually great because they were holding a different gun. But in fact, they had a third gun because they had planned, prototype. We don't know if it's going to come out yet. They have a Saber 11 that's compensated, but all three guns had different trigger feels. So that does not give me a ton of confidence for PSA quality assurance. Just saying. I was quite disappointed.
Did you have any to begin with?
That is a fair question.
My friend hasn't blown up his AR yet, so...
Yeah, but that's a sample of one.
Fair enough.
That's not it. Yeah.
ARs are pretty easy to do too.
Yeah.
I was surprised that the one that we touched was good.
Yeah, it was surprising.
There was lots of good 2011s. I
wouldn't go great. Like I wouldn't say great, but
it was decent.
It was livable for sure, and like it was not horrible.
Wasn't what I was expecting when I pulled the trigger.
Okay, so as far as 2011s go, the best one I felt.
Alice?
No. Phoenix Trinity. I would have to say the Phoenix Trinity. They had one there, all gold. That was, I can't remember who it was done that for, but it was built for somebody, and that thing that's the best 2011 I have ever felt. From hammer down racking to how that trigger felt, like it's the smoothest nicest 2011, nicest fit 2011 I've seen.
Hmm.
Linkless
There
barrel.
were a lot of nice 2011s. Like, if you remember, like 10 years back when we were looking at 1911s, it was common in Canada for us to get Philippines 1911s and Norinco 1911s, and even the stuff that was here, like the Springfield 1911s or like the nicer, the Colt ones, like they were still kind of rough.
Yep.
And just to go around the shop floor or the trade show and see how many 2011s, it was like, this feels like a gunsmith worked this over.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't touch every 2011 on the floor. I don't even think I even handled half of them.
Tony did.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, I would tell him, there's a 2011, go pick it up.
Do you guys have mentioned gun stuff? I think for like gear, one that we all missed because I didn't see it till Friday, was from Core Essentials. So they came out with their own version of the QLS.
Oh.
So
Okay.
for your holster,
Yeah.
you don't have to wrap around and hit the two prongs here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's got a
I
sample.
got one right here.
So
Oh.
you don't have to reach around and
Oh, yeah.
push those in to release it. It just clips in and it actually locks in place, and it's got a lock lever, and it's kind of like a V mount, like the battery on my monopod there. And you just flick it and then push the button on the bottom just to the side, and it's free and clear.
Blade Tech had one that's since gone out, but it had a little tab coming out the top, and all you had to do is pinch it and pull it out. It was very easy to use. Yeah.
I don't want something sticking out the top of the holster because that's where my hand's going when I'm going to try and draw.
I have one here. I should probably pull it out.
Yeah. But and then they got their own hanger with it, and then they're it's actually probably, it's hard to find innovation in belt systems, but their inner belt to work in conjunction with their new competition belt, which is styled after their EDC belts, same ratcheting setup, but their inner belt actually has a piece of fabric that's meant to fold over for when you're ratcheting it up. So something different for an inner belt. And so like the whole system there, that was pretty cool. And I definitely want to get my hands on that and try it out.
I want to get my hands on that new Jericho that I played with. I want two of those. They were cheap. They were
Dustin
good.
wants all the stuff that we can't have. He can have it.
Speak for yourself. I'm going to import some handguns this year. That's happening. I don't know. That Jericho was sweet. I actually just saw somebody on like a Cowboy Bebop group post that they just got one. It was yeah. And then we all post our Jerichos, and anyway.
Yeah, I might lightning round some of the other products I saw that they were kind of interesting. CVA Scout, so that's that single barrel break action rifle. Great trigger on it. I was looking at getting a 4570 one of those because they go on sale once in a while. I think I am going to get one when they go on sale because the trigger was
Why 4570? You're just gonna reload it to
I have
Oblivion
reloaded.
back?
Yeah, I have reloaded 45.
Fair enough.
I have 50 rounds sitting over here and no gun in 4570. So yeah. Garmin, they came out with the C2. That's the upgrade version of the C1. It's not a big deal though. You can link it to Applied Ballistics. It's a bit more durable, so you can mount it to a gun, and you can link it to your Garmin smartwatch. That's it. So not compelling reasons to upgrade. It's $200 more.
Yeah, that's a major thing. It's not even a C2 Pro anymore. It's just a C2.
Makes sense. There was whose booth do we stop by that had another one out there? LabRadar. LabRadar they had their LX1 out, which is they announced last year. It's quite a bit bigger. Like where's mine? In the front to back, it's quite a bit bigger. So
it is thicker.
And it's like real thick. Yeah, like a big old chunky boy. But it's also got more features than either the Garmin or the Athlon. So it calculates if you put it right behind the gun and it's got 25, it'll actually measure the velocity as it's going down up to 25 meters away, and it'll give you the G1, G7, like the BC, the tested, measured BC out of that bullet, which should get you out there pretty far. But it's also $100 more. And the Garmin has an e-ink display, and that battery lasts forever on that thing. Whereas the LX1 doesn't. It has like I think it was a color screen. Does that sound right, Tony?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a color screen. Garmin has a new rangefinder. Kyle and I looked at a Loophole one that did this last year, but like when you look through it and you click on stuff, it can range it, and it can also link to your GPS and tell you like, oh, it's here on the map. That's where you
let's put a pin on your map.
Good for your kid, I guess.
That those Apex Bino rangefinder, those things were super cool. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, well, you brought it up. So yeah, probably, and not just because I'm sponsored by them, but probably the most innovative binos, like range finding binos. Like they changed the game.
Yeah,
so
cool.
they're a 12 by 50 binocular, selectable. So they have you can run it with a reticle or no reticle. It feels lighter than their existing 12 by 50 binos, and it's got a rangefinder in it.
It was quite light, yeah.
Reflective 5,000 yards.
It was fast too. Hitting the button.
So you're talking Applied Ballistics. It's got Applied Ballistics built in.
Yep. Links
to the Applied Ballistics Quantum app, so that leads into some other features down the road. So yeah, for speed, Applied Ballistics, you can have 50 firearms or 50 loads preloaded into there, and by the time you release your button, you have your solution. They have a number of different modes, basically for like matchbook modes, whether you're doing known distance, unknown distance, hunter series, where you can set the time and it'll actually communicate where, if like for say NRL hunter, it is feature packed, but it'll actually communicate with like a digital gamepad on your your wrist pad there.
Yeah.
And so if you're as a team group, you don't have to talk. You just hit the button and then it shows up on whatever your teammate is using. Like they'll link up to your Kestrel. You can go for your known distance. You or the match director, and this is where that Quantum app comes in. They can do the entire match into the Applied Ballistics Quantum app, send that out, you download it to your app, upload it to your binos, and now you have the whole match on your binoculars. Doing swingers, you can time your swingers if you got, or not swingers, but movers. You got movers, you can time your movers, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to hold for that mover. I'm not doing the explanation justice, because they are. It completely changes the laser rangefinder binoculars.
Yeah, a lot of tech packed in, and you don't necessarily need the app. Have you guys tried the Applied Ballistics app?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I'm still. I still got stray lock. So
me too. But I installed it because I mentioned it in PAL courses, and I wanted to be able to have one that is free. And Applied Ballistics does have a free version, but they ratchet it down. Like you can only do out to 800. You don't get some of the different, like you can't do Coriolis, or not that you need Coriolis at 800, but you can't do any of the other things without doing the paid one. And the paid one's kind of expensive. You can't just buy the app; it's a subscription.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, here's a side note that may or may not be important: is Vortex did not attend SHOT Show this year, but they did release a similar product. I want to say, well, a series of products that's kind of related to this. They have a 12 by 50 and a 10 by 42. Both they did acquire geoballistics, so they're a ballistic applied, and they just released a Castrol-ish thing that will link up to it as well through their network. I don't know why they're not at SHOT Show to showcase these things, but there's some competitions coming to the space.
Wow.
What else did we see that was kind of Keltec had their 380 stripper clip fed thing. It's smaller.
I was
but
just saying they're going to release a 9mm of the PR, but I get
did it
slightly different, I guess.
Yeah, I think the 5.7 one's cooler. It holds more.
Yeah,
more
Fair
power
enough. But the 380 will be easier to reload
and smaller. It was smaller. Yeah. What else I got on the list here? Caldwell had a neat shooting rest. I think we'll have a video out on that shortly here, so we'll just talk about that then.
It's like a polymer nesting rubber thingy.
Yeah. Campro had copper bullets to compete with TSX, which I like because I've started to use copper bullets for hunting and I like them. So the only thing I don't like is that they're $1 a bullet. So nice to.
Hopefully they'll be really, really nice and value orientated. Hopefully still accurate. There are a few other bullets in the Campro lineup that's coming in. They are remaking a different 303. I don't believe it's hunting related, but it will be like FMJ 303 offering. They're making a 400 grain 452. It will be perfect for me. I don't know how they got the idea, but I might be shooting a lot of 400 grain bullets. That'll be great.
Yeah, they've. It's good having an inexpensive offering in their backyard. Mossberg released their Maverick SA, their Maverick semi-auto. It's just a rebranded Turk shit shotgun. Savage had their 110 out there. It's better. Like there were some little meaningful improvements on it, but
more adjustable stock and stuff. So that's nice.
It's going to be more expensive though.
I hope not.
110s used to be their value one. They've been making the 110 for like a really long time, and I think they're going to make it more expensive. The access, the value basic access will be the cheap one. The 110s, with including the new stocks and that kind of thing, will be their upper range pricing ones. We looked at Savage's 1022 knockoff, the RXR, and we've discovered that it was made by Alcor. Alcor also makes the RF224, the 224.
The Alarms.
Yeah.
One of the Turkish.
The one that's like getting terrible reviews. I don't know, maybe the Savage one's better, but it was very plasticky.
It was very plastic. That was more plastic than a 1022, which is saying something.
And I think the MSRP was.
It's not competitive. That's the thing.
Way too much. But that's MSRP. They might come in a lot lower than that.
But even then, is it more competitive than an 822?
And it's made in Turkey instead of Canada.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yep. SBI had their new stock for the CZ457, and they also had their Picatinny stock there. So I've been complaining, and maybe they heard me because I was complaining to Tristan, like, we don't have any good Picatinny, like nice lightweight Picatinny stocks available in Canada. I don't want one that's an AR stock. I don't want the buffer tube and the plastic. I want like the lightest thing possible. That's why I set up my 1022 that way. They released one, so now they've got this this very small, stripped down, lightweight Picatinny rail stock.
Yeah, it's like a leg. Rail. That's it. It doesn't have anything on it, which is good.
Yeah. Tandem Cross had their TKX22 rifle there. It's under 3.5 pounds, and it looks like a regular 1022.
It was really lightweight, and they also have a project with Beretta going on for a handgun. So, if you have a rimfire Beretta, maybe you could raise it up a little bit more, but we won't have it as a new gun.
Yeah, pretty neat. What else? Tipman had their Pirate Pump 380. Did you guys play around with that?
They didn't even stop at
go to the Tipman booth.
It was kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I'm looking forward to putting that video out. Kyle, you talked about the Apex. Tony, you were mentioning the Dyria. We already talked about those. You want to keep talking about your stuff, Tony? Since you got
sure. There was quite a few Gen 6 Glocks everywhere. We had it at the Staccato Range. Most of like the holster guys. Somehow my video on the Valor holster by Blade Tech is becoming our most popular shorts now. So that's interesting. They had one too.
It's like, here's how you do this thing. Here's how you disable it. Okay, we're out of here.
Yeah. it was an after saw of a video, but I saw it's quick and easy and fun. Maybe a little catchy. So was in trend was the younger generation. And listener Chris was asking if they were going to make a COA version available, and the answer is yes. So the A cut is making its rounds. I've heard it's like the 1 year pseudo exclusive
Yeah,
period.
so
It
with
was
the COA, that ended on the 20th. So right after the 20th, everyone started announcing COA stuff.
Of course.
yeah.
For
So
our
I
listeners,
think
what's COA for our listeners?
That's that. There's that optic that they put on there.
enclosed
Acro,
aim.
the acro.
Yeah, it was like an enclosed aim point of sorts, and I think basically they're LE only now because like the production rate for the optics is not very good. But yeah, Smith & Wesson had an MMP that had that cut. I think there's like quite a few manufacturers that kind of signed up to it, but they aren't quite ready to go out with it because the optics is it's not the cut that's not available, it's the optic itself that's not available. Going out with more news was PSA. They had their Saber bolt gun there to showcase it's like this modular Remington 700 pattern gun, but the demo gun was super heavy for some reason, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I mentioned the Saber 11 was different triggers, so it was really odd. What else did they have? They have the
A bunch
the
of stuff that they may or may not release.
they had a bunch of stuff that they had released this new modular platform. I think they called it AXR, but that encompasses the pistol, the rifle, and the shotgun at the same time, despite them three not interchanging any parts. So it was a marketing kind of disaster. They had, as Chris asked, they had a few interesting HNR retro rifles that's coming up. There was a dissipator, so like a long gas system, short-ish barrel M16. They had
FAL.
a FAL. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I think that was actually a part of last year, but shown at the DSA booth instead of the PSA booth. Anyway, as Adriel has mentioned, I've pretty much touched every single 1911s there are. The Smith & Wesson is particularly bad. The safety was very loose. I didn't know what happened to that thing. Personally, I'm never a big fan of Kimber, especially with their track record of moving factories everywhere they go. But the gun they showed was actually pretty impressive. I think they're moving somewhere to the southeast now. I've heard Alabama. I'm not too sure. The SIG was pretty meh, and there were a few Turkish makers. The triggers were pretty heavy, and their front checkering were kind of in name only. It's like in a small area, and the checkering was very shallow, so they're really still slick on the front. I managed to bash on a few Turkish guns. I think it was Corel who had the writing on the board was a 1973 rail. I was like, what was that? So it was kind of odd.
They made a 7 instead of a 1.
Yeah, the 1913 rail was not a thing. And I think like now Turkish is trying to fake out other Turkish. So there was the best Hulu, not the Hulu boost, that had a 12 gauge lever gun. I think Adriel thinks it was like modeled after a semi-auto back in some time because it had like a shell release and everything.
It was
not-
a semi-auto turned into a lever action.
It does not belong.
But it was smooth. It was very smooth. The only reason I guess you'd need that is if you're in a country where you can't get the semi-auto.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And on back onto news to things that we might see. Onshoots had their APR. It's a straight pull 22 rimfire competition rig where you kind of don't pull it. You use your index finger to pull the bolt back, and then use your thumb to pull the
Push forward.
bolt back into action. So
Pull,
it's
push.
really like it's kind of a fast straight pull rimfire rig. So it's more of a precision
rig. It was set
rig.
up for IPRF, and it was heavy, which it's
And it
supposed to be.
had like iron brick freaking magazines, which is really like 5-pound magazines where you put it. Like don't drop it on your toes. Probably that wouldn't feel very good.
Yeah, Mike's just mentioning it there. That just while we're on the topic, Ultimatum, they also had like IBI. They had an
Mhm.
IPRF rifle there as well. So they're using a chassis from MDT, and then they're using their action and bolt and that kind of stuff on it. So I don't shoot IPRF, but I understand that you need a factory gun. It needs to be like sold that way from the factory. So that's why they're putting together basically a big bad gamer gun for that kind of thing.
And Mike is also mentioning the Bushmaster. Bushmaster has been bankrupt through the whole Remington ordeal, Freedom Group, rebought through Franklin Armory, I think. They're coming out with a new straight pull 308-65, like short action AR-10 thing.
Mhm.
It has primary extraction. It have a lever thing on your pull lever, so it might help with that.
That the little like pull, like the little lever that you would have like on a folding charging handle, like on a does Scar have that? Which guns have a folding charging handle?
Like a RDB, Caltech.
That was our biggest oversight, not going to play with the new Scar.
Oh, the European Scars. Fair enough. But yeah, we might. They don't have a pricing on it, but we might see the Bushmaster. And Mike mentioned it have been submitted to FRT. So
yeah,
again, it's similar to the MRA in idea. It's not compatible internally with AR-10 parts, except your barrels and stuff. So it's not a variant. It's dedicated as a straight bolt gun instead of being a gas gun. We also see a rise armament trigger that is really toolless. At least that's how they claim it. You don't have to take the safety out to install it. Although, here's the question.
And you don't have to snug up any screws.
When I think about it, how do you take the old trigger out if you don't take the safety out?
If it's a component one and you knock the pins out, yeah, you can just pull it out.
Fair enough.
If it's a set style, you might have to take it out. But yeah, this one, they're actually having a competition to see who can install the trigger the fastest.
What was it, like 20 seconds to install it or something?
The fastest guy up there did it in 6. It's like blah blah blah.
I don't even know how that's possible, but yeah. And some of the other stuff, like Henry has their Hush carbon fiber lever guns for hunting. Threaded muzzle, of course. We can't have it. Well, we can't have a brake on it, but we can't have a sound moderator on it. That would be too good. And what was the thing we saw at MDT? They had a big old new chassis.
They had their DRT chassis, which is their like new lightweight, very lightweight chassis.
I really liked that thing. I really liked it with Ryan had put one of his barrels into it when we were down at his booth when we were looking at the Deuce, and he handed it to me. I was like, "It is wrong how light this gun is." Like for like,
you thinking the CRBN?
That might be
the more classic stock.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that was the CRBN.
The CRBN, thank you. That was an impressively light stock plus like. Again, putting that action in ridiculously light barrel, it was like, oh, that's a gun you could hike up a mountain with.
The DRT was pretty light too. It wasn't the traditional style stock, but yeah, pretty light. They also had some bipods there, which after doing my review on Tony's Magpul bipod, people were like, you got to check out the MDT one. I'm like, oh yeah. I knew they had the expensive one. I didn't know they had like the more inexpensive ones now. So they have some that are plastic and cheap and cheerful, that kind of thing. So relatively cheap and cheerful. They're not like Chinese Harris bipod knockoffs kind of a thing. But yeah, those are interesting. They also had some fancy, like very, very lightweight ones that you just like stick on your gun and go in the mountains to shoot a sheep really far away.
Friday, actually walking around, walked into Dillon Rifle. Ooh. Dillon's making consumer rifles now.
What?
Yeah. It was part of their Dillon Arrow booth because I was going to talk to Dillon Arrow and saw 2 rifles. One's a gas gun, one's a bolt gun. A bigger caliber. I can't remember off the top of my head, but consumer, the bolt gun, look for it this summer. And there will be a video in the next couple weeks-ish that will come out on that, and so that should be able to see that one in Canada.
Yeah, the bolt gun for sure.
Yeah, Yeah,
That's-
and like it really well made. Like they're great down to the point where there's nothing touching the barrel. Like you have your barrel nut, and that's it. Your handguard does not touch your barrel nut. And the bolt gun, your bolt when you rack it back is captured in your buttstock, and so then it's got a folding buttstock, and then you fold your buttstock, and then you can pull the bolt all the way out. Like Dylan when they built it, they went all out on it.
Mike here. I gotta agree with you, Mike, that the Caldwell Sam clay launcher, it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the
automated like triple tray clay launcher. I was like, oh, that's spectacular. But
It's neat. I'm not going to buy one because like trying to get those would be.
Yeah,
they seem expensive, and there's a whole like industry of stuff that works with just regular clays. But it was neat. Glow in the dark clays for your illegal shooting at night, I guess.
Yeah, Promatic had their setup there too. They had a 3-machine trailer, and they were all. Had a preset pattern, but it a few cycles before you repeated the pattern where they were tilting and side to side. Pretty impressive.
Cool. Did you guys see anything else that we should tell the listeners about?
Oh, I'm sure we did. It's just whether I can remember it right now.
I know my brain is squishy.
Ooh,
No.
we saw the berries bullets again. They need to rename the whole thing because they don't do only bullets now. They have this cool tripod ball mount thing that's like adaptive platform. You can mount it to your bench so you can clean your guns at an angle. It clamps down really well, and they have this. Basically, it's an M2 freaking tripod. Okay, you sit on a tripod and you shoot your gun mounted to a ball mount. Looks like a very good sniper setup for Adriel for his little sniper hut for
I think it would be good for if you wanted to go shoot and zero your rifle in the middle of nowhere. You could drag out this thing and set
Very
up a
stable.
shooting bench really quick. Yeah.
What about gopher hunting?
Might not be fast enough for that. Hard to say. It will be supported on the ball, but you might want to lock it.
You'd use that for gopher hunting, and you'd do long range with it. You wouldn't do short range. You'd do like the long bombs with your 223 or something, or 22-250.
Considering the suppressor that you can have, you don't even need to wear Air Pro. It's great.
Lord, I see what you've done for other people.
It's coming. It's coming. Before the end of the decade. It's coming.
End of the decade. Oof.
Tony, you know,
He's given it 4 years.
Yeah, I'm not.
Half a decade left.
Oh my god. Could you be more negative, please?
I still can't have my TRP. I came home empty-handed. How about that?
All right, the listeners don't even understand that you don't know who Eeyore is, but you sound like him, and it's hilarious. Like the way your inflection, like, oh bother, like you, I can't even have the thing I want. This is sad. Like, and understand, Tony got so hangry as well on the first night because like Adriel worked him like a dog. For anybody that doesn't realize, so Tony shot with Adriel. I shot with Kyle. Kyle and I had a wonderful time. Tony and Adriel had a rough first day at SHOT Show.
I had a great first day.
You had a great first day. Tony did not. And at the end of it, we couldn't find a place to eat to save our life. We walked up and down the strip for a while, and they were all...
That was day one. That was not the same. Day two, you had a goal.
No, I'm not. Hang on. I'm telling the story. Day one was the day that you were Eeyore. You were hangry. You had been run up and down the
That's
awful
day
aisles.
two.
What?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, day two we're looking for the crack
Day
shot.
one of shot. He's
Well, no, I'm thinking about day. I'm thinking about day one of the actual SHOT Show. No, I understand that, like, you know, the day we did the range thing, but that day one of after SHOT Show, you were so hangry, and you were so sad, and it was like, I don't even know why we're here. You can't have anything. There's nothing here for us. I can't even have a single 1911. no suppressors. Look at all these full capacity magazines. Why are all these AR-15s here when I can't have an AR-15? It was while we're walking up and down the strip looking to feed ourselves. It was hilarious. And then on top of it, because we'd all walked 20,000 plus steps, everybody's feet were sore too. Boy, did we hear about that while we were wandering around.
Well, that was the night you took us just a couple blocks away.
It was just a couple blocks
A couple
away.
blocks away.
I did not force anybody to come with me.
No. I didn't say you forced anything. I was just saying the Chinese night market was not very fun.
Yeah. On that note,
the Chinese night market. I like the Chinese night markets, though. Anything else to mention about Vegas SHOT Show?
can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I still need some time.
No, I'll go back tomorrow. If they want to like start it up again, yeah, I'll go back.
Just keep watching for the next few weeks as we roll out videos.
I think Tony punched some out today. I
Yep.
punched some out on my channel. That there were duplicates of stuff we did for Slamfire. And yeah,
I gotta grab the rest of the footage from you that we shot. 'Cause there's a whole bunch that I need, and then I could be.
I have some B-roll Dylan booth, Kyle. So don't do that one just yet.
Of the witch booth?
Dylan, precision, the reloading. Yeah, got some of that.
Oh yeah, Dylan's got a new press out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Replacing the 1050. It's a 1250. They are actually going back to the priming style of the 650. They've determined that is better
It is.
than just to push on a single track. So that's probably the big change on the 1250 is the primer feeding system.
And the 3D printed parts.
That just makes they can make it cheaper.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yeah. But they are actually they don't have pricing yet for it, but they are aiming about, I was told, a couple $100 less than current offering.
Really?
Yep.
That becomes
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's get into listener feedback because we got a little bit of that.
Sweet.
Yeah, we did miss a week there at SHOT Show. I'll take this first one from Chris. Feel free to use the picks. Yeah, and if I had waited another 4 months, I would have gotten the TRP. That is an Ed Brown hardcore one-piece magwell. If I could do it again, I think I would look for something with 20 LPI checkering. As much as I love the aesthetics of 25, 20 is the aggressive stuff I need. Also, semi-perm attached a blued Wilson Combat front strap with RTV. The stocks are Harriet Walnut. I didn't like how thin the GT10 ones were from Springfield. I put approximately 700 rounds of 147 Spear Lawman through it. I was worried because they have a very aggressive flat nose to the projectiles, and I heard that they would not feed well. I've not had any malfunctions. I used the standard Springfield mags as well as 10-round Wilson ETM and Mechgar 10-rounders. The only thing I noticed is that the Wilson tubes are much thicker. The pistol out of the box was very tight. Absolutely no slide to frame wiggle. The bushing was tight, but not awful to disassemble. At this point, there's some movement between the slide and the frame, but nothing I would consider abnormal. The only thing I would change at this point is maybe the safeties. I'm left-handed, and on the operator, I'm unsure about the TRP. The right side safety lever is much thinner and shorter than the left. It becomes much more difficult to ride that safety like a gas pedal. Absolutely fun gun. If you guys get your rights, I guess, actually, if it pleases the crown, you should definitely get one. Be well, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. So we had a previous conversation with Chris about, he was telling me about his 1911 purchase that he got, the Springfield operator, just a step below the TRP. And I think it was the first to have 9mm and the AOS treatment. And you can see on the picture, he does have a hollow sub mounted on it. And it's a very nice gun. And I did find out that the TRP checkering is very aggressive, and I guess I didn't have to ask that he is mentioning the 147 Lawman and the 10-round mags. He is shooting 9mm, the caliber of my choice. I'm just not as capable of using my resources to load 45 at the time. 700 rounds of it though. That gets expensive. Just say it, dude. Jeez. But I'll say the Wilson ETMs are the correct choice for magazines, and they do have warranty. So in case they start to spread and start to stick in your mag well, you are in the USA, and you should be able to get excellent customer service from Wilson Combat.
Cool. He also mentions, just as or is that Edmund? That's Edmund.
That's Edmund.
Yeah, that's Edmund.
I'll just read that because it's short. Woohoo! True dopes. Bruised ego does not constitute a national emergency, as much as he may like it to.
Yeah.
Because the Convoy Emergency Act appeal said that they didn't need to enact the emergency. Just to remind everyone, the Emergencies Act was the old Wartime Measures Act that they deployed because of the truckers, the honking, and the kiddie pools and the bouncy castles must stop.
Super dangerous.
Yeah.
Very threatening.
Kyle, why don't you read this one since it seems to be for you?
Okay. Hey, Kyle, listen to the last couple episodes. I feel you have an FFL that is misleading you. I believe you and I are here in the U.S. on the same non-immigrant visa. You definitely can purchase handguns unless your state has laws pertaining to this. As far as NFA items, this should not be an issue. I personally have been approved and have had stamps issued for 3 NFA items, my favorite being a Sandman X for my 300 Blackout. Feel free to reach out if I can help you figure this out or put you in touch with an amazing FFL. Huge shout out to OPSEC Arms in Heber City. Anyway, thanks for entertaining content and have a blast at SHOT Show. If you see David from OPSEC there, make a point of saying hello. He is just great people. Cheers, John. Thanks, John. And yeah, no, I definitely know I can purchase handguns and whatnot. And but no, NFA items. Thank you very much for that information. Because once I do figure out my FFL situation, I can start having more fun.
Oh,
can I take
we're about to become a lot more jealous of Kyle.
Yep.
Because the $0 tax
stamp. Yeah, he's gonna have cans on everything real soon.
Good cans still cost a fair bit. So.
Okay, you're gonna have cans on a couple of things real soon. Can I do the last one?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, Slamfire Radio. I am 17 and I plan on getting a Ruger 1022 as my first gun after I get my PAL. But I also want a gun that has an AR-15 M4 feel and handling, so I can get used to the ergonomics before the conservatives get in and allow me to get an actual AR. Like where your head is at. I read that the Ruger 1022 is highly customizable, and I would like to know if there is any way I can customize it to get that feel of the AR. Some features I would like to see in my hypothetical rifle would be 1. Collapsible stock, 2. Flash suppressor, if necessary, 3. Charging handle on the left side, which is the correct for battle rifles, by the way. 4. Shortest barrel possible / legal, which is pretty short with a 22. 5. Mounts for rapidly interchangeable reflex sights and open sights. Yeah, sure. 6. Anything you guys think would also be beneficial. Maybe an improved trigger. If any episodes cover this content that I may have missed or haven't heard yet, please point me to them. Thanks in advance. Edric Griffith, i.e. Ontario Defender. What you have described is a Daria TM22 Pro. And
do you have any aspiration of hunting? If so, in Ontario, would you consider an MRA Renegade?
I mean, that's
but he's 17. He's gonna get this is gonna be his first gun.
Gun.
Yeah.
1022.
1022 is
1022
or the TM22. You can get the TM22. Yeah.
Everything he has just described here kind of screams to me, not just the TM22, but the TM22 Pro, the good one. It has AR-15 ergonomics, very similar. You're going to have the same grip, collapsible stock. You're going to have your rail for putting stuff on. The safety isn't, it's in the same place. It's not quite the same as like an AR style safety, but it's close enough. Full capacity magazines. Like you're going to get a lot of charging handle on the left. You're going to get a lot of mileage out of that Although I actually still always support anybody getting a Ruger 1022 as their first rifle. It's just the biggest issue with the Ruger 1022 is that it was designed a long time ago.
1964.
And yeah, we've seen some evolutions in gun design. It's still a rock solid gun. I own 3. But I don't know. Everything that you've described here says you should at least investigate the Daria TM22 Pro.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the Daria TM22 Pro is that they can be hit and miss on reliability.
Yeah,
and that can be frustrating as a new gun owner.
Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, good choice. Okay, moving on. YouTube comments. I'd imagine we got a lot of them.
We have a lot of them. Let me pull them up. Make sure I have the newest aligned instead of the most relevant, because I don't need YouTube to decide what is relevant.
Yeah. So like I was looking for comments
goes
on some of my videos, and it's like, well, I've seen that one already a bunch of times. I thought I got some new ones. Yeah, I've got a deluge of new ones, but it's still showing me these stupid most relevant comments. Sorry.
Well, what YouTube decides it is
most relevant. Yeah.
Most relevant, so usually not very relevant. Yeah. 2 Supra for you. Good car reference on episode 638. They've changed the wording again today. Was the announcement lowers our flat rate 550 if complete value is higher for your information? That is correct, Supra. If it's lower than 550, then you get the whole firearm price. Again, it is at your discretion if you want to participate or not. Chief Mickey 308, solo review are much better because the absence of annoying distractions, smiley face, on your review of the 1867 Federation lever action.
I think there's people like jumping in the background, so
probably me. Yes. Sorry, oops. And then we have 3 comments on the Staccato HTC 4X for $3,600, while the price point is insulting, coming from someone that owns 2 Staccatos. And I think Adriel did reply, it is a bit pricey, for sure.
Yes.
Zerub Babel 144. Honestly, I think Staccato for making my decision easy, because I'm going with the Kimber 2K11 Pro Comp, charging $3,600 for this pistol, where almost $1,200 of the price is basically just for the compensator compared to their own auto models is insane, especially when Kimber gives you all the additional upgrades right out of the box that Staccato would charge extra for. The Kimber Pro Com stock was a complete upgraded slide that's already upgraded over the Staccato's offering, and is not true for 4K plus gun in the real world value, no matter how people try to justify it. You're not paying for better performance, you're paying for hype and a logo, and if someone wants to be stupid to throw their money away to feel validated by a brand, then that's on them. Even watching the shooting video of the new Staccato, it still doesn't shoot as flat as the Kimber Pro Com, yet Kimber gives you all of that out of the box that you can pick it up from a dealer for under $2,100. Don't get me wrong, Staccato makes great stuff, but guns are absolutely not worth $2,000 more than Kimber, sorry. I think you're overlooking one very important thing here, 144, is agency approval. How many agency will allow you to carry a Kimber instead? I know they were popular at one point, but again, they just moved factory again from, what was that, Oregon to New York to now Alabama. So I think it's very much more of an agency offering. And RSJ33 mentions I'll just stick with the CS.
Not to knock Kimber, I think this is kind of interesting to see Kimber brought into the same discussion as Staccato.
Yeah.
They're both overpriced 2011s.
Yep.
Yeah, Kimber doesn't typically get put in that same kind of level or echelon as Staccato.
No.
It's interesting. I haven't looked at, I don't look at Kimbers. I don't know the Pro Comp, so it could absolutely be an absolutely awesome pistol. I don't know. It was observation.
I think from what I understand is Kimber have, again, more or less a shaky reputation due to all the moves and the quality up and down. So I think they're at the. From what I feel, they're
a lot
on
of stock in them moving in their reputation. I think as a consumer, they care less about the moving than the reliability.
Yeah.
I don't care
Fair
how
enough.
many times my gun manufacturer moves as long as they still make a good product.
I've just heard too many stories of they moved, the quality changed dramatically, and that's just kind of associated with the brand, to my knowledge anyway. And they, from what I feel, they do feel like they're on the upswing of their quality control, so that's good. And then we have homework from Eddie. Tony, I have the same problem with the Deluxe 1022 barrel as you do with your ST22. It would not extract an end-fire round if the bullet has a larger shoulder, like CCI standard velocity. CCI's standard velocity have larger shoulders? I did not know that. The shoulders seem to impact on the rifling and hang up when you try to extract. I had the chamber reamed to a sporter barrel configuration, but I still have the same issue. I gave up on it and got a Green Mountain heavy barrel with the Benz chamber that can shoot 5 round sub-MOA groups at 100 yards. My ability probably won't let me do that. And it have no extraction problem, not even with CCS standard velocity. As for leaving Iran in a boat, Canada does have a dozen older frigates. They've been sailing. Oh, you mean like getting on a boat, sailing through the South China Sea on freedom of navigation exercise. I could also get on one of those Victoria class submarines if my big body fits in there. The GSP rifle kit is not a workaround or a loophole. I mentioned it because Dustin seemed to like pistol to rifle conversion kits.
I do. There were a lot of those at SHOT Show too. Everybody in the dog had one.
Yeah. Everyone on the dog had a 2011, a Glock Gen 3 clone chassis.
And then some kind of, chassis and flux raiders.
And everyone had red dots.
Yep.
And everyone had suppressors.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Eddie,
Ergo, the guys who make the rubber grips, they had a suppressor.
No, they didn't.
Okay, what was the other one I was thinking of then?
Hogue.
Hogue had it. Sorry, Hogue had the suppressor.
I know the big thing from Ergo was their foregrip, but they made it angled, a little bit more angled for it was nicer to hold, and then a different grip for Scorpion.
Angled for your pleasure. Yeah.
Eddie mentions, I think peak alloy cases might be big at SHOT Show this year, along with 7mm backcountry. I did see the federal booths trying to feature 7mm backcountry. I didn't see a lot of advancement in like the P cases, the other like steel alloy cases. So Mike is mentioning there's thermals everywhere too. I guess I see quite a few of them.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Same thing as the red dot. There's some factories in China that are making them, and now everyone's offering a thermal.
Yeah,
fair enough. And Eddie commented on our Staccato Range Day video saying we're having too much fun. Yeah, it was quite a bit of fun. I did manage to break the
first gun you picked up.
The first gun I picked up, and it was a Battle Arms, and it was the only semi-auto gun on the line, and I managed to break it. I broke the mag catch off of it, so it won't lock back. I was like, what is happening? I know I haven't run an AI in a long time, but I didn't know my skill was degrading like this.
Adriel, Kyle, and I pick up machine guns first thing. Tony picks up a semi-auto, breaks it instantaneously. Yep. I got a sticker from Brownells that says I avoid warranties. It was great.
Very
J_Nova 8288. The 9mm bolt action looks interesting. No detail on Daria's website though. Can you get more information about it? Let Dustin rant about that.
You already did.
I already did.
Okay, so the show staffers did not have a ton of information either.
The show's no. All right, I'm sorry. No, the show staffers had zero information. 7 people staffing that booth. 7 different people at that booth. The one that I managed to pull in front of a camera asked for a pamphlet on the things he was selling. I had to give him that information. If anybody wants to know why that video is rough and rushed, it was because I gave him the things that he was to say before he said them.
I think the of the stuff they had at their booth,
It was the least important stuff. I know it was.
Well, no, I'm saying nothing at the booth. I want the pump 9mm.
Fair.
The bolt 9mm. Okay, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I want the pump 9mm. That's the ticket right there.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it though? IPSC PCC? Oh boy.
Fun.
Shoot
Just
a deer in the
fun.
face with it.
Yeah.
Shoot a bear in the face.
That's
with
just
it, maybe?
rude. Anyway, Short Stroke Armory, and that ends our 2026 Canadian SHOT Show coverage. Thank you for coming out, and see you next year.
After the first video. Yeah.
Oh, after the first video, that's on the
Yeah.
1022. That's kind of funny. And Adrian 28576, great video. As a Canadian, I appreciate seeing things that we can still buy instead of Aussie's firearm. We're not even allowed to have. That is on Dustin's conversation on the Area TM22.
We'll have both. We'll have stuff you can get and stuff you can't.
Lots of stuff you can't.
And we've been trying to up our shorts game, and I see Eddie is commenting on that too. The Libero lied, shocker. I know that is on the wording about the lower receivers. Again, they changed the wording again. It's 550 flat rate. We'll see if they honor that even. And more comments from Eddie. Well, it is about time Ruger updated the 1022. Now, if we can only get an integrated Picatinny rail on the receiver, easy and quick removal of the trigger group, and a match grade barrel, they would finally be competitive again. Eddie, you need to think about
target. You're looking for the Ruger target with that.
You're thinking about the higher end models, because if you have the integrated rail, then your iron sights won't work. And those guns still come with standard iron sights. And Race 14 mentioned just build one, which is fair. Oh, I see Eddie's comment is duplicating. Interesting.
Yeah.
Josh mentioned, would you take a look at the Scout 2 from Ruger? And we didn't find one. They have it. And I've heard news that they discontinued it. So...
sorry, hot take, but that's because scout rifles are a bad idea.
Well, actually, they did have, I'm not sure if it's still considered as the scout rifle. They have a Ruger American wrench with a full-length rail, and that takes AK mags.
That's okay. So full length rail, you can put a scope on, and if you want to, you can put thermals on there. It's just the forward mount scope, the scout scope mount style, is just a stupid idea.
Tell us how you really feel.
Objectively, sorry, no, this isn't my opinion. This is objective.
Oh, this is just fact.
Yeah,
right.
Toaster 2120 mentions, I hope at least the cleaning hole and the bolt release are carried over to all models. I believe it. Well, all the ones that you will see right now is probably legacy models. Nick Egan, M9E, not a fan of the design update. It looks pretty unaesthetic on the Ruger 1022.
Yeah,
it looks
it
looks different. I'm actually pretty okay with it. I think it looks slightly more modern.
I think the lack of a curved butt pad is good, because that curve on that thing was ridiculous. And then if you put a scope on it, you need your head higher, and your stock doesn't match up with. Yeah, it was. I hate it, because as a maple seed instructor, when I fit people up with it, the first thing I do is I put a foam pad there and make that thing flat, so it doesn't get in the way of trying to fit the rifle to the person.
Yeah.
Tactots. I'm assuming your full name is Tactical Potatoes. That would be really nice. On the HD C4X, a bare minimum on the very bottom, they need to cut $500 off the price tag.
They need to cut $1,000 off the tag.
Yeah, it's expensive. 4 Cats though on 1022 video says, "What's the chamber look like?" We didn't tear it apart. It probably looks like any other Ruger 1022 chamber.
Maybe he's asking if it's like a Benz chamber or what.
It will be a sporter chamber, because people don't want guns. Well, Ruger doesn't want your gun blowing up. And Archie Morales 4807 mentions you're pronouncing Ruger wrong, according to the Canadian Safety Edit. So yes, Ruger. Pistol grip 44 mag. Ooh, nice gun, nice rifle, and I couldn't resist a decent price. I picked mine up from KY Gun Co. 18.5 inch. Put a Simon's 4X scope on it. Everyone needs a 1022. This is as this is almost as light as a carbon fiber mod. It's not as light as the tandem cross we handle. We can only say that. And Tom
You're
Bryant,
muted, Adriel.
Yeah, that tandem cross rifle was crazy though.
and Tom Bryant 4518 asks, "How's the trigger reset, Tony?" It was decent. It was like Ruger BX level, so it was improved
A little bit light.
Although I'm gonna say I don't actually mind the regular Ruger trigger that much. I use it for speed shooting. I don't use it for like precision shooting. So
I use the BX for speed shooting and precision shooting.
fair enough.
Yeah, I would not use that factory trigger for speed shooting.
I was not that fast. It's okay. Get Lost 3346 asked that they wish there's a 22 WMR 1022. Is that a thing?
It could be, but you couldn't do like a standard weight bolt. You'd have to make the bolt really heavy or run a locking mechanism in there. Like with Savage, their A22. If you want the A17, they got like this little chiclet thing that blocks the bolt while the pressure is still high and then releases. So you'd need some other mechanism to handle it. You couldn't just do, if you did straight blowback, you'd need a pretty heavy bolt.
I see there's quite a discussion down there I'm not going to read, but apparently 1022 did have them in the late 90s and stopped around 2003. So that's something interesting. And Paul 1631 says updated mag release would be nice addition to my 1022. Look at the Tandem Cross catalog; they have quite a few things, and if you get an aftermarket trigger, usually you will have that as well. Stuffu, looks like my old 1022. It's slightly modernized. Again, the cleaning hole would be nice in the long run. Tom Don Aki 8757. This is a must-have rifle in everyone's gun safe. I just wish Ruger could crisp up the trigger. Pretty squishy. Again, the BX trigger, it's an improvement for sure. Mine shoots tight groups off a bench, but not so much offhand. If they wanted an improvement on the 1022, not cosmetic, look at the trigger. They do have a better trigger now. And maybe not a revolution, but definitely an improvement. Randall McKenna, 4263, sad that not much you can review from there. We can actually have here. Thanks for doing what you can. 1022 you can have.
Still muted.
Yeah, I
Goss.
We'll have more. We probably have 100 videos.
Yeah. We're gonna have to like come up with a way to deal with the listener feedback for there's a lot of comments.
Well, we did release a lot of videos, or like,
and we were
This is all on one video. Though.
I know.
fair enough. Half of them were coming
Video.
from the 1022.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
You know, it's great. Love the feedback. And just
It's okay. Next time I'll just not
How many
read
more you
them.
got, Tony?
yeah.
We're almost done. Randall, Golfing Ninja 2.016. I don't care about the new 1022 they put out. I want a better mag than what they already got because it's still junk.
Oh, you get the
I don't know,
Butler Creek mags. Those are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BX mag. I thought the BX had an original 25 round mag. The 597 mags are not bad though. Go check out SBI. Yeah, their mag adapter. Brown Green 933. I'm sure it shoots fine, but looks cheap and crappy compared to the original Woodstock version. I paid $50 for mine used. Boyd's Woodstock. Yeah, I'm guessing they will release a Woodstock version again. Yes, the stock is quite cheap. Not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. Mike Williams, 1993. Remember, Trump can not own this gun. I guess. And Mattia 1227. The only thing original on my 1022 is the receiver. I'm surprised that you even kept the original receiver because there's so many nice receivers out there. And the last one from Illegal Canadian on the DAA Flex Air holster. I hate speed holsters. They're just a DQ waiting to happen. Lol. This seems pretty safe.
Okay, 3-gun, I could see making a case for that. IPSC, no.
Yeah,
Like,
as soon as the beep goes,
as soon as your beep goes, you're drawing out. Like,
Yep.
absolutely nothing wrong with race holster. Yeah, 3-gun. Yeah, probably. I don't want to run one for 3-gun.
Nope.
Some guys do, but yeah,
Some guys do.
It's a risk.
Yeah. Well,
What do people's
when it
gun
comes down to,
bounces?
lock it in.
Yep.
Like,
I don't know. I would have just do the draw from the lock position most of the time if I needed to.
well, IPSC you don't have to, so I got.
Right, for sure. If you're drawing right off the beep, then I wouldn't lock it. But I don't know how
IPSC
good the lock is. That's the thing.
Oh, locks are pretty good on them.
Yeah,
Like, can you take a full metal gun, shake it upside down?
you could do that.
I
but
could
you
give
wouldn't
myself
wanna, like,
a wedgie with the lock engaged.
you wouldn't want to roll around on the ground. No.
Gotcha. So if
Whereas
you
I
had a
would do that
prone
with my US.
stage,
Like, you don't see very many race holsters, like, if any, anymore in 3-gun.
Yeah.
Like, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with them for IPSC or USPSA. Zero wrong with them.
fair enough.
Well,
That's all the YouTube comments.
That's all the Yuku comments.
Moving on. Yeah, we got a Discord and Spotify and Patreon, all that kind of stuff. We have been uploading videos to our Patreon, so if you want to get access to those, go over there. If you want to buy something online, go through Bass Pro. We've got a link on the website there. Go through our Bass Pro link or the Brownells link, and we'll get a little taste of that. We'll, I promise, cover that sooner or later. Last half of last year, we'll cover that. Yeah, we'll do that. If you'd like to email the show, send us an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shoutouts, guys.
I want to shout out Ben from Movie Armaments Group.
All right.
I will give a shout out to Kyle for driving us around, picking up all my crap.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. I picked you up from the hotel, airport, range, hotel.
Yeah, but
easy.
you also have these semi crap. And I'll give a shout out to Tristan at SBI. I might have scammed a ST22 receiver from him, so we'll see how that goes. And there's this discussion of if the slamfire issue may be related to the earlier revision of the ST22. So we'll see. I'll probably keep running until we see him at Rimfire Madness, and then here's my gun.
No, he told you you sent him an email and he'll send you one. He says,
I know.
If you want the old one back, he'll just send you one. So just email him.
I know, but he might be able to complimentary install my barrel for me too. I'm asking a lot for
That'd
it.
be easy. That'd be easy. Drill a hole in the back and then hit it with a punch or a brass rod or something like that. Because you'll need you want a hole in the back anyways for cleaning it.
It already has a hole in the back.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, brass rod. It'll come out.
Right, I'm gonna shout you guys out for making the trip down to SHOT Show and making it a very enjoyable week. It was a lonely Friday without you guys there. So. Also, shout out to CSSA and everyone for the Canadian reception that we went to, because that was a good night. We hung out quite a bit with the Kodiak Defense guys and everybody. And I'm gonna shout out the BS guys. Chris and Kurt, only ran into them once. They must have just disappeared and hid in a hole, but Mike and Derek saw them quite frequently. But it was always good to see them, say hi. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see those guys and chat a little bit about what they're seeing and that kind of thing. Yeah, Kyle, you stole mine. I was going to show you guys out. It was great hanging out with you guys. Shout out to Tony for putting up with my slave driver mentality for putting out content. I think we won though. Did we get more videos than you guys?
After you put your list, I was just like, the hands down, you won. Like,
yeah, you guys won.
I think I got 4 more on Friday. That's it. And
it was all
one,
short stuff.
and like one of those was in addition to a
Thursday.
video that we already did. So
yeah, we didn't get very many on Thursday.
Neither did we.
Yeah, but Yeah, I think that day one was just like go.
Yeah, no,
I'd get this one. Yeah,
I would say you guys won for numbers.
yeah,
We had fun though. It was good.
it was fun.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Join our Discord server. So if you want to talk about like gun stuff, you can go on CGN and that kind of thing and talk to a bunch of people who are 60, 80 years old plus. If you want to talk to some younger people, they're not on the CGNs, they're on the Discord. So definitely join us over there. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you next week. Later, everyone.
Good night, Kelly.
Good night.